covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
I don't feel safe letting my child, my animals, or my husband, myself, wander around our property if there's a lot of people shooting.
The back and forth over a proposed gun range in Shasta County moved into the courtroom. We'll show you why a ruling may not be far off. Plus, a man was held to answer, accused of murdering his neighbor. How long he'll be behind bars, new at 6. And county supervisors extend the deadline for Park and Thompson fire survivors, still working to pick up the pieces. But first, breaking news, a house fire leaves one person dead in Chico. Action News Now reporter Shade Pullen is live at the scene off of Mill Street. Shade, what have you learned?
So, Alan, I just spoke with Officer Durfee. He works with Chico Police Department, and he says that, yes, there is one person confirmed deceased. He did say that it was a male. As for their gender, their name, age, we do not know that until next of kin is notified. But Officer Durfee did tell me that the Chico Fire Department was able to keep the fire to just this one structure. It is the one right behind me. I'm going to move out of the way so you guys can see. We have some firefighters here, but it was this structure right here. So they were able to contain it to just this one structure fire, and it was not able to spread. So right now they're just doing their extra protocol, just going throughout the structure, seeing what else is in there. As for the cause of the fire, of course, this just broke out, so that's still under investigation. I'm also going to be having an interview with Chico Fire Department to know exactly what happened from start to finish, to know if there was anybody else in this residence. I will also be speaking to neighbors to see what they know and what they have seen. But as of right now, there are no injuries or deaths except for that one deceased adult. But as for anybody else, we are not sure of as right now. It's just that confirmed that one death. But as soon as I have more information, we will make sure to update you guys on air and online. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Shade Pullen with Action News Now.
Thank you, Shade. New at 6. The county says crews are already working on roughly 250 properties enrolled in the debris removal program. We're talking about Butte County, but it is still missing permit applications for about 182 properties eligible for debris removal. And Action News Now reporter Alejandro Mejia is live outside of the supervisor's chamber. So Alejandro, how much longer do people have to actually submit their applications?
Alan, fire survivors will now have until March 14th to sign up for the state-led debris removal program. I reported back in September when county leaders adopted the urgency ordinance for Park Fire and Thompson Fire recovery. The ordinance prohibits removing hazardous debris and trees unless done through the Cal OES program or by a county-approved contractor. The state-led program intends to be cost-effective.
For people that are not insured, the state covers that cost fully. No costs are passed on to the property owner. There's no out-of-pocket expense for that. If people that have insurance, only the debris removal portion of that insurance needs to be remitted back to the state.
Butte County Deputy Administrative Officer Danielle Newsom told me there are about 60 tree-only properties that were affected in the Thompson fire and Park fire. The goal is to give those property owners more time to sign right-of-entry forms to have those hazardous trees removed from the property. If the remaining properties do not sign up for one of the two options, the properties will then go through abatement proceedings. Reporting live in Orville, I'm Alejandro Mejia for Action News Now.
Thanks, Alejandro. And we do have a link for you with all the information on our website. Just click on News Links. It's under the News tab.
Severe fire weather conditions will continue through tomorrow. The worst winds are predicted today.
Millions in Southern California are facing dire new wildfire warnings and power shutoffs as near hurricane force winds return to the region. Fire crews are on high alert from San Diego to far north of Los Angeles. It's been a week after the first fire broke out. So far, the flames have destroyed thousands of homes and other structures and killed at least 24 people. Highway 70 near Oroville is back open after a crash shut down the northbound lanes for nearly an hour at the Montgomery Street area. The CHP says a driver was forced to slam on the brakes to avoid a woman that was walking across the highway, or running, but otherwise on foot. Officers say this caused another car to rear-end that first driver, blocking both lanes, but no one was seriously hurt. Checking in now with Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon. If people were watching at the top of the last hour, I kind of took too much time there. So now we're getting to you with a look at what we can expect with our temperatures and other weather conditions tonight, Howie.
Yeah, Alan, we'll continue with our chilly nights and mornings, but we'll continue with above average and dry conditions during the day. I know everyone is throwing up the emergency, the panic button. You know, it's been dry, you know, beautiful weather, but this is the time of year we build up our snowbank, our snowpack, our water levels. But hey, remember, we had some nice downpour in the month of November, and because of that, here is what we're doing. Our water year began October 1st, and we are okay right now. No need to panic. So for now, we can enjoy this beautiful dry weather because the rain has been in abundance so far. Temperatures have been above average. The winds that were on the stronger side, those are on the lighter side. And we'll talk more of our potential, I say potential for future rain, coming up soon, Alan.
Thanks, Howie. New at 6, a Shasta County man accused of shooting and killing his neighbor, actually convicted of it, will spend 40 years to life in prison. Today, a judge sentenced Joseph Rosa for murdering his neighbor, Gregory Kalusha, in Oak Run in February of 2019. Rosa shot the wall above Galusha's head as he was sleeping, then hit him with a stick. Rosa then chased him, ultimately shooting and killing him in his driveway. The gun used in the Palermo school shooting has been traced all the way to Arizona. Butte County Sheriff's investigators say that the FBI tracked the ghost gun to accused gun seller Jesse Kitagawa. They say he sold the gun and ammo to Glenn Litton, the shooter, for $300 in April. He used the gun to shoot 2 kindergartners, then shoot himself to death. It was illegal for Litton, a convicted felon, to have a gun. Safe Space Chico says staff found a guest dead in a porta potty at the shelter. We did reach out to the shelter executive director, Hillary Crosby. She says 34-year-old Miles Clark was the man found late Sunday night. A staff member called 911, but emergency responders couldn't save him. We continue our coverage of a Paradise Unified School District teacher accused of child sex abuse and arrested. Superintendent Tom Taylor says police arrested music teacher Stephen Neves in Sutter County over winter break for committing lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14. We learned that the victim is from the Yuba City area, the alleged victim, but the Paradise Unified School District is working with Yuba City Police and the Sutter County Sheriff's Office while this investigation unfolds. A judge heard arguments today in the lawsuit against former Shasta County Supervisor Patrick Jones' controversial gun range planned for Anderson. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield was in court today and shows us what's next for the project.
This is the most studied range in Shasta County's history, and I'm hopeful that it'll go forward.
On Tuesday, Shasta County Judge Benjamin Hanna decided to wait a few weeks to submit his ruling on a lawsuit brought by the people of Anderson and Millville filed last year. Opponents of the gun range say the county failed to produce an environmental impact report on the project, and they want the report finished before former Supervisor Jones is allowed to move forward.
The berms are not high enough for the way it's going to be shooting, especially the 1,000-yard shooting range.
Jones wants to build his gun range out here on 152 acres of land on the Millville Plains, just off Dersh Road in eastern Shasta County.
We would rather do it right, and that's what we've done.
Tracy is one of nearly 20 plaintiffs in the suit. She says that impacts on nearby waterways, birds, noise, and fire risk are all reasons she does not support the range being built.
There's clearly one road that goes in and out of here. What is mentioned as a secondary road truly goes through private property. It's fenced, gated.
But we think there's impacts that go beyond the project site, beyond the boundaries of the property, whether that be to wildlife or to the residents. And that's what an EIR, environmental impact report, should look into.
Jones says out of the 152 acres of his property that might be affected by the gun range, only 7 acres contain wildlife such as bald eagles. He also added that the county did not need to perform an EIR due to the Army Corps of Engineers and Department of Fish and Wildlife already producing reports on the land.
They're shooting downhill. Just the slightest raise of the muzzle will send it over berms and into private property beyond.
After nearly 3 hours in court on Tuesday, Judge Hanna said he's not going to make a ruling on the matter just yet. He says he's going to look into over nearly 1,000 documents that are attached to the case and submit a written ruling in the coming weeks.
This is my piece of property, but I'm going to protect it vigorously and still have a shooting range. I'm really proud of the work I've done.
Reporting in Millville, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Jones tried twice to have Judge Hanna replaced, but a different Shasta County judge, by a different Shasta County judge last year, but was not successful in that. How much are you paying to take out the trash? Butte County says might cost you more soon. We'll break down why that is. And Chico's historic Scotty's Landing is in the hands of a new owner. Well, we'll tell you what they have planned for the future coming up.